Hello, Junior Learning House. So I am Pat, and we are back, and we are doing another maths lesson. So have a look. All of these are colored in because we've done all of them. If you haven't done them all yet, maybe go back and have a look at some of these videos. But we are asking you to do one writing, one reading, one maths lesson a day. All right, let's have a bit of a look. So here is the one that we are doing today. Fractions. I'll read it to you right now. I made a yummy pizza to share with my friends. Show how I could cut my pizza so that each friend has a fair share. Draw my pizza. So I'm going to show you this example with if you're eating the pizza yourself. I'm going to show you if you're eating the pizza with one friend. I'm going to show you the pizza if you're eating it with 4 friends. I'm going to show you the pizza if you're eating it with 8 friends. Lots of fraction work today. So if you could set up your book, that would be wonderful. So heading can be fraction pizza and the dates. So if the teacher's told you the date, or you've looked at the date on your calendar, or your mum or dad or carer has shown you the date. So pause the video and do that. Now we're going to be doing lots of circles today. So that's something else that's really good. We're going to be practicing our shapes. So first, when we're talking about fractions, we're talking about dividing things up into different parts. So let me show you what I mean. Imagine, if you will, oh yeah, pause the video and make sure you've done the title and all that good stuff. Now imagine, if you will, here is a pizza. Yum, 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 yum. There's some pepperoni, there's some pineapple, anything that you like on a pizza. Yum, delicious. Now I'm hungry. Let's keep going. If I ate this pizza myself, well, I'd be very full, but also it would be a whole. It would be one. Let's keep going. It'll all make sense. If I had another pizza and there was pepperoni and there was everything and there was pineapple, and oh yeah, so I should say there's just me. There's just Pat. And although I'm very full, I've had an entire whole pizza to myself. Now let's say that there's 2 people this time that want to eat pizza. All right, well, we're going to have to cut the pizza into half. Look, now one person has half and the other person has another half. So let me show you what that means. So that would mean that each person has a half. Now, if this seems a little bit confusing, what we're talking about here is this is a fraction. So what a fraction means is you've got the numerator at the top and the denominator at the bottom. Now, before, if you forget those big words, it is okay. Let me explain what they mean. What they mean is, all right, well, this is how many pieces of a whole. Okay, so altogether there's how many pieces? 1, 2. And each person is getting 1. There you go. So I'm going to eat that. I'm Pat and I'm very hungry. And I eat that entire half. Okay, so Pat has had half, and the other person, let's say Jemima, has had the other half. Now this Pat up here, he's had the whole thing to himself. Oh dear. So he's had 1. Now if we keep going, I'm going to show you just one more quick example. I'm going to imagine, if you will, that I'm going to cut this pizza in half. So there's the top half over there with all the pineapple and pepperoni and cheese. And there's the bottom half down there. Okay, well, there you go. So separately, each is worth 1/2. But when you plus them together, so 1/2 plus 1/2, what does that equal? Well, if you plus this half over here, you would get a whole pizza again. So half plus half equals a whole. Or, just to make your brain explode a little bit more, that's what it would look like, because you're plussing 1 and another 1. So you've got 2 halves now, and that equals a whole. Let's say, and don't worry, if this is a little bit confusing, you can just work on your drawings, and that's fine. So let's say that I had 1 pizza, but this time, how many friends am I going to have? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 4 people are very hungry. So we're going to need to divide this up into 4 parts. Now it's a half. Well, only 2 people can eat it. That's not good enough. There we go. Now there's 4 parts. 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, and 4 parts. So each person is going to have 1/4. And what that means is we've taken a whole pizza, which is up at the top. We've taken a whole pizza and we've cut it into 4. So there's 4 parts to that fraction. And each person is going to get a 1/4. So this person, let me try and draw it for you. This person gets a 1/4. Oh, that person gets a 1/4. That person gets a 1/4. And that person gets a 1/4. And when you plus them all together, what does it go back to? It goes back to a whole, or 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, how many? 4. So 4/4 would equal 1 whole pizza, or 1. So you can keep doing this. If you wanted to, you could have another go and you could say, well, Pat, I've got 3 friends. I'm going to need to divide it up. What would the number on the bottom be? Notice, if I've got 4 friends, 4 is the denominator. What's the bottom number or the denominator going to be if you have 3? What about if you have, let's do a tricky one. What if you have 8 friends? Well, the bottom number is going to be 8 because you're dividing it into 8. Can you draw that? You might have to draw 4 and then split it diagonally. Give it a go. So there you go. Quick recap. Fraction pizza. That's the title. And the dates. If Pat was very hungry, he'd eat a whole pizza. If Pat split it amongst a friend, each one would get a half. And 2 halves put together is 1 whole. If Pat had 3 other friends, or if you had 3 other friends come over for pizza, each person would get a 1/4 of the pizza. And 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces means a whole. Maybe you want to try 8. Maybe you want to split it into thirds. Up to you. But that's it, Junior B. Now, I know this is a bit of a tricky fraction lesson. Hopefully you got some good learning out of it. And once you're done, of course, hooray, you can color in the square because we are finished. So well done. Do your best. And if you're not sure about writing fractions and adding fractions and all of that complex stuff, just draw the circles with the pizza and divide it in half, divide it into 3 pieces, cut it into 4 pieces, 5 pieces. You just have a go, but make sure we can see you're working out. And that's it. So thanks for another great lesson. See you soon.